So 6 years in charge of Mikel Arteta. I thought it was so fascinating there. I was so surprised when I asked him about that first day as manager, going in there, you know, do you want it to feel nice? And he goes, no, I wanted it to feel as awkward as possible. I mean, what was it like for you guys? I mean, you must have, you know, had so many times where a manager comes in first day. What were some of your memories?
Yeah, probably got a few too many managers sacked or revolving door.
He gets them out. That's what he's saying. He's got them out.
But then a new manager comes in. I've probably experienced different kind of managers. There was Harry Redknapp, who we had 2 points from 8 games under Juan de Ramos, and Ramos gets sacked and he comes in and he tries to get a little bit of belief, confidence back. Yeah. And that's what Harry did. We're in a false position, but as players we were well underachieving. We were performing to the levels that we could. I mean, we had Bale, Modric, we had some incredible players. We'd lost a few players in the summer, and then you look on the flip side where end of the season a manager goes and Andre Villas-Boas came in and he said he wanted to make a stance there, Mikel Arteta, and make it as horrible as you can. Andre Villas-Boas came in and he set the tone. He put his markers down and went, right, it's going to be done my way or the highway. Try to get a few players out. And it was challenging, completely different, but there's different ways about going and getting your best players, getting the best out of the players, for sure.
What about you?
Yeah, I was, at that time, you know, like Vialli left Chelsea, and then Ranieri came in. And Ranieri comes in and had a conversation with the group and everything. So I think, we train that week. Yeah. And the weekend comes, you're not part of the team. So you're like, okay, you're not part. You know how that feels, right? When you're not part of it, you think like, oh, okay. So then during the week it comes on. He said the reserves are playing, and I'm playing with the reserves, and that is like, wow. You know, like you're like, wow, okay, this is interesting. So, but then when you start the game, you say to yourself, I'm going to prove you wrong. Yeah. Fortunate, thank God. I score a goal, and next time I'm back in the first team.
That's the way to do it, Mario. Nice.
But I was just fortunate because in the beginning, when he did that, when he put you on the bench, and first you're not even part of the bench, then you're not even part of the team, and then, you think, then you go in the reserves, and you come in, and all the guys in the reserves are looking at you, and it's a first team player.
Yeah.
But you know, there's different ways to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Mario went and proved him wrong. Some people can down tools, can sulk, can feel sorry for yourselves. New managers come in thinking, what do you mean I'm a big player? Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're in the reserves.
You bet that's it, but you gotta work harder, and it brings that best side out of you, I guess. Just quickly on Arsenal. I mean, looking at them now and some of the games that they've already had, there was a lot of talk about their fixtures when they first started. But now you look at it, the places they've played already. They've already done Old Trafford, they've done Anfield, they've done St James's Park, they've done Stamford Bridge. They're about to do Villa Park as well. And they're in pretty good stead. I mean, how much of a difference, you know, Dorst, does that make to a side knowing you've got those games out of the way?
Well, we'll see after Christmas, won't we, when the games come. I mean, they've got Villa in a short space of time coming up. Big one tomorrow against Aston Villa, the informed team. But they're going away from home, and you have to get over these challenges. You've got to perform. Whether Saliba will be back is a big one for me. I think missing Saliba and Gabriel, and we can all talk about Declan Rice, we can all talk about the players in the attacking from a defensive point of side. Yeah. It can be huge, but that looks good. I mean, going away to Anfield and the free kick from Szoboszlai was incredible. There wasn't a lot in the game. Yeah. So I think Mikel will take an awful lot of positives out of that, having been away to some tough places. Yeah,
you say obviously the influence of Gabriel not being there as well is so huge, but there was also so many people talking about, you know, Arsenal corner FC, that was it. And then you see it now, and you actually see the difference in open play goals. We've got this here. So as you can see, the matches that they played with Gabriel, they scored 7 goals. Without Gabriel, they scored nothing. Oh. But actually, from open play, it's the opposite. So we've got, in the last 3 games, they've scored 7 goals from open play, whereas with 11 with Gabriel, they played 8. So is that showing, Mario? Do you think that the manager's conscious of it and going, right, we're going to have to switch how we get our goals?
Yeah, of course. But I don't think, because the way Arteta is and was as a player, that's the same how he's managing his team. So he wanted to be creative and try to find nuance in the game. That's why they came up with this stats. But away from that, I'm sure that he wants to score the goals in the possible way how he can do that. And if you look at we're talking about the defenders, I looked at the number, I saw it today, and it was 164 times those guys played together, Gabriel and Saliba. This is like one of the first times, last season, Southampton, they missed. It was the last game of the season, but they always together. So when you miss that, it's a big miss for him. So that's why now we're highlighting the stats of the goal scoring. Yes, of course, and I saw it, okay, you know, how they play and everything. But it's very, very important for them to just stay focused and keep driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no doubt Arsenal have a big test on their hands tomorrow. Since the start of March, no side has won more Premier League games than Aston Villa. And since losing to Arsenal in August last season, Villa have lost just one of their last 25 at home. Victory will put Unai Emery's side just 3 points behind the league leaders. But Emery is refusing to consider his side as title contenders.
We must focus each match tomorrow. Of course, if we are winning, we can be more positive for the next matches. If we are not winning, we are not changing nothing. But our race is each match, and it's good sometimes to remind ourselves our experiences before. And 2 months ago we were in the bottom, and now we are in the top. Maybe in 2 months we can again come back, going down. And this is football, and this is the Premier League, the most difficult.
I remember getting a very stern telling off on this very sofa about talking about Unai Emery. Potentially, is he the right man to carry Villa? Our guest was saying to me, like, you can't just think about a manager going already. But given where they are right now, is he getting the credit he deserves, do you think?
I think he's got an awful lot of credit over the years he's been there. He's done a fantastic job. He really, really has. And, at the start of the season, like he just said there, he was in the bottom three. It's remarkable to be saying that and then to see the run they've been on. Does it surprise me? No. They've got top players. And they were underachieving at the start of the season and weren't scoring enough goals. And people were looking, going, he had players last year. Asensio came in, Marcus Rashford came in. They had loan signings that made a difference. I mean, to see where they are now in that short space of time. This Premier League is competitive. And in a few weeks we saw what Bournemouth were 4 or 5 games ago. So he can chop and change. I think he's right. I don't see them in the title race. I think Arsenal are way ahead of where Aston Villa are at this moment in time. Top team, I get that. I think Manchester City are. But what he's doing, he gets plaudits all the time from me. I think he does a great job at Aston Villa and they've got some top players. But we're talking about not scoring. Ollie Watkins hasn't scored for long enough and he gets 2 in midweek.
Yeah.
I think we get carried away in short moments in time in the Premier League. From one week to the next, we go bad result to a good result and then you're always in the mix. Chelsea were the same. Last week, they're going to get beat to Leeds in midweek and now they're not contenders for the Premier League. I think what Unai Emery said there, he's right, and I agree with him.
Do you not think that, though, as a manager, because would you not be G'ing the players up, being like, if you win this game, you go 3 points behind the top of the table, Mariano?
Yeah, if they win it, of course they are close. But he's also tactically, that's his focus, right? The way he played, what he did in Spain, all those trophies that he won, is because his tactical mindset is like that. That's why him going against Arteta is really interesting, because they both have a lot of similarities in the sense of one is younger than the other. But what we're talking about is like they have not too many guarantees, but as a team they're very good. Like again, like you highlighted already, Watkins scored twice. Last season was 10 times better for him. Yeah. But now there was even a moment this season that he wasn't even playing. Yeah. So for him to go through that, it's difficult. And now look at what this team is doing. They're really, like, if you watch them, it looks like they play together, they fight together, they look like there's enough energy in the team. And I don't think it's going to be easy for Arsenal to beat them. Why I'm saying that? You understand, they're going to try hard and do everything what they can creatively. But if they make a mistake, they're going to hurt them.
At 2:30 tomorrow, Roman, we might be saying something completely different.
You might be.
If Villa go and beat Chelsea, early kick-off Arsenal beat Arsenal, early kick-off tomorrow, they're just behind them. It's amazing. It's a long journey. That's why we look at other teams doing so well. We're still so early on in this Premier League campaign. And Unai Emery there speaks about it, trying to be realistic, trying to take the pressure off the players and just keep doing what he's doing. And he's done it for a long time.
Yeah, and that's why I owe an apology to Martin O'Neill. We should not have got rid of Unai Emery earlier. Sorry, Martin.